Hey everyone. Okay, so I have been asked to do a video on how to do eyebrows, how I fill my eyebrows in. So I will do one. I actually have a friend who made this request, so this is for you, girl. Um, I want to start off by saying, what's the best way to put this? The way I do my eyebrows won't necessarily be the way you can do your eyebrows. Everyone's face shape is different. So my eyebrows frame my face a certain way. It might not work for everyone. So I'll show you my technique and then you kind of tweak it so it works for you. So what I do is I gather what I need to do my eyebrows, which these are my essentials. I use these every single day. The first thing is my amazing eyebrow pencil. I love this thing. As soon as I ran out, I went and bought another one. I should have bought an extra, but I haven't bought one yet. So it's my Anastasia. Let me see if that'll focus. I don't know if it will, but it's the Brow Wiz. I don't know if it'll. Either way, this is like the best eyebrow pencil on earth. I am in love. I used to actually not even fill my eyebrows in, and then I found this, so yes, it's a godsend. So I use that and my brow bar to go, which is also amazing. I had such a hard time finding a brow powder that wasn't too dark or too weird looking, because I have really dark hair. Like I normally dye my hair black, so like I didn't want black eyebrows, so everything I got was either too dark or just it didn't look right on my face. I looked like really manly. But this one is perfect, and it comes with the little brush, which I'm going to try to hold in place, and the little brush, and you have the different powders. You have a brown powder, a lighter powder, and a wax, so you can just smooth everything down. I used to use the wax until I got my new brow gel, which I'll show you. My Anastasia brow gel. This is another thing that I just cannot be without. I did not realize how amazing this stuff was until I got it. I thought the wax was okay, and it's definitely not compared to this. I mean, it's all right, but I have very unruly eyebrows. You can't tell from looking at them right now, but they're very unruly. It's just a clear gel. It just has a little wand like this, which would be better if I has a little wand. It's really easy to apply. Just go ahead and put it right over my eyebrow and smooth them down, and they stay all day. They don't move, so stuff is awesome. And also what I do after I do my brow pencil and my brow bar to go, when I fill them in with the powder, I use my Pro Longwear concealer, and this is an NW20. Okay, and I use just a flat square brush like this. That's just concealer on it because I use it every morning for my eyebrows, so it's not dirty, but it just looks like that. I make it so it's like super skinny. You guys see that? Like I want it to be like really precise. So now that I showed you guys what I use, we will get down to it. I'm gonna do one eyebrow because basically you do both of them the same. Also, if you have any questions about when my makeup is done, you can leave it in the down bar, and if you guys want a tutorial on this, I could definitely do that. But alright, so if you want to see how I do my eyebrows, just keep watching. Okay guys, so here I am without one eyebrow done. It looks crazy. It looks like I'm missing an eyebrow. But it looks so silly. Sorry, I have such a runny nose. Everyone in my family's been sick, so. Alright, so the first thing that I do is, and mine broke. I don't know. It's supposed to just come like the little brush. Yeah, it's broken. I don't know what happened. So I just take it out and pull it apart. It has a little spoolie on one end, and I just go ahead and take it. I'm trying to move my mirror so it's, you guys can see. And I just kind of comb my eyebrow through. So all the hairs are going one way, and I kind of go up and to the side. And see, my natural eyebrows are very thin. There's really not much to them, and I definitely fill them in a lot because I like for them to be more thick. So, but that works for my face. It might not work on everybody. You just have to kind of experiment. It's really just a trial and error. That's definitely how I learned how I like my eyebrows the best, which I did watch a lot of videos on YouTube before I actually you know, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do my eyebrows, but it's good to just get tips from people and then figure out what works best for you. So, all right. I'm gonna put my mirror kind of in front so I can see what I'm doing. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. So, and you don't need the tip up too far. I just kind of have it like that. Like it's just up, you can see it, it's just up a little bit. And it hasn't broken on me yet. Normally with certain eyebrow pencils, if you put the tip up too high, it'll break. This thing has not broken, so. All right, so I just go right up underneath. And don't really worry about making mistakes, because you're gonna go ahead and carve out your eyebrows with the concealer at the end. Just go right underneath. Sorry, it's kind of hard for me to talk and do this at the same time. Okay, so that's the first step. That is all I use my brow pencil for. I used to fill my brows in with this. I'm so sorry, my nose won't stop running. I love this, but I'm not a fan of how it looks, like using it on my whole eyebrow. Maybe I'm just, I don't know, I just have a preference for the powder, so. And like I said, everyone finds their preference. A little bit underneath that I want to get rid of. But if you can see, there's just a line right under my eyebrow. And that's kind of like my stencil, so I know it helps me keep inside the line. I want to have a very crisp line where my eyebrow is. Okay, so then I go in with my little brush that comes with the Brow Bar to go, and I'm going to take my dark powder, which you see, it's not super dark. It shows up lighter on camera, but it's not super dark. Like, it's way lighter than my hair, so. But it ends up looking natural. So I'm going to take some. I've made a big dent in that already. Do you see that? I don't know if you guys can see, like, the depth, like, how much I've used of this already. And I usually use this little mirror because I can see really close. So let me try to get close to the camera. There we go. And then I just start from the back and start filling it in. And I like to try to bring that kind of to a little point at the end. I want it to have like a little sharp tail on it. Which, if you don't get that right away, you can carve that out with your concealer, so. And I also want my eyebrow to get lighter as I come into this part. So, I concentrate the most powder on the outer part of my eyebrow. And then I just start feathering this in. Just put a little more if I need it. And when I get about right here, and you see how there's still a chunk missing off my eyebrow, it is insane. Like how much I fill them in, but I feel like that's how they look the best. And like I said, you will find your preference. I'm going to take the blonde color right there. The blonde color powder. It's so weird, like I feel like everything's backwards on the camera. I'm still kind of getting used to it. Take this blonde color, put some on my brush. And I'm just going to go right here and kind of make that outer shape. I want it to be kind of square. And don't worry about having it be too perfect, because I'm going to go in with my concealer and clean it up afterwards. So I really don't stress myself on how perfect it looks at first, because I know I can go back in and clean it up. Okay. So that's just like the basic. I pretty much have my eyebrow on. Now, this is, you see how it's a little bit too thick towards the front. Well, now you go with the concealer, and you can shape it any way you want. So, I just pump a little tiny bit on my hand, because this stuff is too expensive to waste. So I pump a little bit. Oh. This is a little too much came out. Normally I can get like a little tiny pump. It's really hard. These are kind of hard to control the way the pump is. And then I just take my brush, my flat brush, and just do a little bit right on the tip of it. Like you don't want it like fully coated or anything. And I usually use this mirror. It's just easier to have something really close so you can really control what you're doing. And then just start going right underneath. You see that? And now that's that really sharp, crisp line. Okay, and then I get a little more. And when I do the top, I turn my brush so it's flat against my face. And I can carve out the top a lot easier like that. Sorry, my other mirrors in the way. And if you have to get a little more, and you just bring it all the way around. And you can carve out that point. Just like that. And once you have it, once you have it how you want it, I'm very picky and perfectionist, so. And I normally don't do right here. You can if you want to. I normally don't. Like right here and make that like perfect. I normally don't do it though. I really don't care if that's super perfect. And then I take this brush and I start feathering it out to blend it in. And I had my eyeshadow done, so this might look funny now, but I'll try to blend it. And then you just blend it out. And I blend it as much as I can with the brush. And then I go and put my brush down and actually take my finger and I go over it as close as I can to that line that I made. And go ahead and blend it right out. And depending on what kind of makeup I do, I almost always do my eyebrows first because I want to have that, you know, arch where I want to put my highlight and stuff and I already have it on there, so I don't need to put my highlight and then just go over it because I'm filling in my eyebrows. But that's just my preference. Okay, you can see where it messed up my eyeshadow. I already had some more on my brush. So. And I'm just going over that part so it doesn't look as crazy. Okay. Anyway, so it looks a little weird, but happens when you take one eyebrow off. Alright, and I still have a ton of leftover concealer on my hand. Waste. Okay, so that is the result. Freshly done eyebrow. And oh, most important step, at least for me, if you have very, I don't know if they're short or you don't have a lot of eyebrow, you might not need this. They do make drugstore eyebrow gels, so if you can't afford this one, the Anastasia stuff is pretty pricey. I actually got this in a gift set from Sephora, so I didn't have to pay full price for it, but it's definitely worth it. If you can, this pencil and this gel, they're worth the money. I think you can get 2 of these from Ulta. I think last time I saw them it was $20-something, I think, for 2 of them. And this is $21. The Brow Wiz is $21, but it is worth it. So definitely check that out. And now we'll go in with the brow gel, and this just kind of keeps everything in place. And I don't press really hard. I don't want to disrupt what I just did, like all that powder. So I just go very lightly and pull this tail down because my eyebrow hairs on the end always go haywire during the day. And I don't like that. I want them all to just stay in place. And that is it. Your eyebrow will look wet for a little bit and then the wetness will go away. It'll dry and it'll look like this one. But you can see that was very quick, very easy. And my eyebrow looks a lot better done than not done. So it really does make a difference. I feel like it makes a difference with the way your makeup looks, the way it frames your face. It is really important. I cannot go out without my eyebrows done now. It's just how it is. I can't do it. So I really hope that was helpful. I tried to get as close as I could, but you see the result. Basically, you just have to take your time and go through the steps and really practice. This outline is going to be the hardest thing to get at first. I know I was showing my mom how to do it, and it took her a couple tries to really master it, but eventually you will, and it'll be very easy. I mean, to me, it's just like nothing every day because I do my eyebrows every day. And once you learn, I mean, I watched a ton of videos on YouTube, and I, basically learned how to shape them like this and everything on my own because you know what looks good on you. It's really hard to take what looks good on someone else and put it on your face and it'll look right. You have to just figure out what works on you, which is what I tell everybody when they're like, oh, I want to do, my eyebrows or do this like how you do it. And I'm like, well, you have to figure out how it works on you. I can show you the technique and then you kind of make it your own. So I really hope this helped. And if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I would love to read them and get back to you guys. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.